We're here at Sunken Diamond here at the site of the Stanford Regional here in Palo Alto, California. I'm Brad, Professor B. Davis, on the road here for the NCAA Regionals College Baseball Championship. In the Stanford Regional here at Palo Alto, California, on the first night of the opener of the series of the second game, it was the Stanford Cardinal defeating the Fresno State Bulldogs, champions of the WAC conference, by a score of 9-1. As Stanford right-handed pitcher All-American and a Golden Spikes Award candidate, Mark Appeal, pitched a complete game, 9 innings, giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run with 11 strikeouts. He threw 122 pitches. He had 127 strikeouts for the season. Leading the way for the Cardinal was Austin Wilson. The game was scoreless until the bottom of the fifth inning when the Cardinals jumped ahead 2-0 off of Fresno State starter Justin Haley, who only lasted 5 2/3 innings, giving up 8 hits, 5 earned runs, walked 6 with 5 strikeouts. Eric Smith went 2 for 4 with an RBI and scored a pair of runs as well, or with an RBI, and that was all the runs that would be needed. With the win, the Stanford Cardinal will take on the Pepperdine Waves, the champions of the West Coast Conference, who defeated the Michigan State Spartans in the early game by a score of 6-2. With the win, Pepperdine will take on Stanford. That will be the evening nightcap game at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, while the Fresno State Bulldogs will take on the Michigan State Spartans in the first game, the early game. That's the elimination game. The winner of that game will take on the winner of the Stanford Pepperdine game, which will be the evening game at 6 p.m. So this is how it is for Saturday's game. On Saturday, it will be at 1 o'clock. It will be Stanford, or I should say Michigan State, will take on Fresno State. That's going to be a 1 o'clock game. The late game, the 6 o'clock game, the primetime game, Pepperdine, champions of the West Coast Conference, will take on Stanford at 6 o'clock. That's in the winner's bracket. In the Fresno State Michigan State game, that is the loser's bracket. The loser of that game goes home. So, and that will do it here for all the latest sports scores and news all around college baseball, all the regional updates. Please go to NCAA.com. That's NCAA.com. And for the latest sports scores and so much more, please go to BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. That's BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. Your 24-hour news service, home of the NCAA, your coverage of the NCAA Stanford Regional Baseball. From Sunken Diamond and Klein Field here in Palo Alto, California, from the Stanford Regional, I'm Brian, Professor B. Davis for BayAreaSportsWeekly.com, your 24-hour news service.